All right, each week I post 4 Tape Diagram Tuesday problems. And then here, the purpose of this is to reveal the answers. So go ahead down in the the description section. If you want, you can click on the link to skip to the problem that you're interested in. But we're going to do an elementary problem, an upper elementary problem, a middle school problem, and then the challenge at the end. We're going to start with the early elementary. It says Marta has 7 coins and Sarah has 4 coins. And then it says how many coins do they have in total. So what is that going to look like? All right, so what I'm going to draw is I'm going to say Marta has 7 coins. And I'm going to say there's my Marta. And then I can say Sarah has 4 coins. So I could say there's my Sarah. And then how many coins do they have in total? I'm going to make it look like that. And so we could see that this idea of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. And of course, the answer 7 plus 4 equals 11. Now, did the students have to draw in these extra coins, these little coins like that? No, they could have done it as those generic rectangles. But there's my model for the early elementary. So now let's go to the upper elementary here. It says Kim is thinking of 2 numbers. The sum of the 2 numbers is 140. The difference between the 2 numbers is 48. So what are the 2 numbers that Kim is thinking of? So what I'm going to do is, on this case, I'm going to think of the first number and the second number. I'm going to think of it as a 2-tape problem. And it says the difference between the 2 is 48. So that just means one of these numbers is bigger than the second number. And I know that all together they add up to 140. But I know that this distance right here, right there, that distance is 48. All right. And so since that chunk right there is 48, I don't know how much this thing is and this thing is. But I know that all together these 2 things is 92. How did I get that? I did 140, take away 48, and that gives me 92. Why did I subtract that 48? Well, that's because I know that the whole thing is supposed to be 140. This piece is 48. So that means these 2 pieces combined has to equal 92. Cut that in half. That means each piece of this is 46. And so now I know that the smaller number is 46 because that's this guy right here. And the larger of the 2 numbers is 48 plus 46 gives me 94. So our 2 numbers, 94 and 46. And there we go. But the point is, that's what my tape diagram is going to look like. I chose to do a 2-bar and then set it up that way. All right. All right. Our middle school problem. There are 3 times as many blue counters as yellow counters in a box. 45 blue counters are removed from the box. There's now 63 more blue counters than yellow counters in the box. So there's 3 times as many blues as yellows. We lose 45 blues, and there's still 63 more blues than yellow. So how many blues were at the start? All right, so let's start with, we got our blues, and let's see, we've got our blues, we've got our yellows, and we know that there's going to be 3 blue units, and there's only going to be 1 yellow unit. All right, right there. And then it says 45 blue counters are removed, and there's 63 more blues than yellows. All right, so if I remove 45, I don't know what 45 looks like. I could stop right here for all I care. So that's my 45. So I now know that this is 63. So now I know that what this means is 2 units has a total. So 63 plus 45 is 108. So I know that 2 units is equal to 108. So these 2 units total have to be 108. That means 1 unit must be 54. That means the yellow is 54 units. And then the blue is 54 plus 54 plus 54, because there's 3 blue units. So 54 times 3 is 162. So yellows is 54, blues is 162. All right, there's my answer for the middle school. Let's go to the challenge. Here we go. Gabriel and Donovan have some money. The ratio of the amount of money Gabriel has to the amount Donovan has is 3 to 7. All right, so Gabriel has 3 units and Donovan has 7 units. All right, Donovan, okay, so let's do that. 1 unit, and I'm just going to copy that, and I'm going to say duplicate, and I'm going to say duplicate. So there is Gabriel's 3 units. Now Donovan needs 7 units, so I'm going to say, all right, well, there's 3 of them. Let's do another one. That's another 3, and let's just do one last one. And so there is our Donovan. So we've got Gabriel to Donovan is a ratio of 3 to 7. Donovan receives $9 from his mother. I don't know what that's going to look like, but I'm going to just say, okay, well, let's just do it in green. And he receives $9. I don't know what $9 is going to look like. Let's just pretend that right there is $9. But here's the point. It says the ratio of Gabriel to Donovan is now 1 to 3. All right, so what does that mean? That means this right here represents 1 unit, which means Donovan is supposed to have 3 units because the ratio is 1 to 3. So there's 1 unit, there's 1 unit, and then here is the remaining unit. So that means it takes these 3 boxes to equal 1 portion. And I see I've got 1 box right here plus 9. So that really means, and I'll do it in purple, that each of these units is 4.5, 4.5, 4.5, because that green really represented 2 of those little portions. So I know that a big 3-part unit is made up of 4.5 plus 4.5 plus 4.5. So that's 12, 13.5. All right, so that means this piece right here is 13.5. This is 13.5. Oops, and a half. And this is 13.5. And it says, how much more Donovan did Gabriel have at the start? Well, okay, well, at the start, let's see. Well, since each unit represents 4.5, and at the start, Donovan had this one more, this one more, this one more, and this guy more, all right? Because remember, these 9 were added in later. So each of those 4 units, 1, 2, 3, 4, is equal to 4.5. So all I have to do is 4.5 times 4. And let's see, that's going to be 16, 17, 18. So Donovan had 16, 17, 18. $18 more than Gabriel. More than, and I'll just put G, Gabriel. All right, folks, and that wraps up the answers for the Tape Diagram Tuesday problem for August 20th. Hey, make sure you subscribe to this channel so you're always updated on when new problems are posted and when the answers are revealed.